Hello and welcome back to the program. My name is Dan Frampton, this is Munchie the Nutcracker, and together we are the Dean Project, and this is our show. And I'm very excited about today's episode. Today's episode is all about bringing you guys a whole new segment. Something brand new, this is something revolutionary, this is something that I never thought I would ever do, and I'm so happy to give you guys this segment, and it's gonna come up after the title sequence. Alright, well, thank you for watching that title sequence. Now, the exciting announcement. What is this segment going to be? Well, I'll tell you what this segment is going to be, Munchie. This segment is going to be a book review segment. That's right, I'm going to review a book, I'm going to react to it, and I'm going to tell you my opinions. I'm so excited to do this. Okay. So, for the first installment of what I'm calling, I'm going to call it Sturdy Spine Book Reviews by the Dean Project. I'm going to be reviewing, I believe it's the first Harry Potter novel, okay? J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter, and the Chamber of Secrets. And right away I can tell this is a good book. Listen to that. That's a really nice sound. You get kind of the same thing on the back. You know, all around a good sounding book. So I'm satisfied by the way that this book sounds, and it feels sturdy. Like, you can't bend this thing. This thing is a solid entity. And then the gold trim on the side. Look at that gold. That's beautiful. So I really like the red color and the gold. Man, that is a beautiful, beautiful look. And I believe this is a cartoon representation of the titular character. Mr. Harry Potter himself. He's just like grasping onto this bird creature thing here. I think that's pretty rad. There's nothing wrong with that. Now let's see just how the spine sounds, because I think that's really important when selecting a book, is the way that the spine sounds. So we gotta check the top. The top sounds pretty good. The bottom sounds, well, it sounds just about the same as the top. So that's good. You got a consistent spine from top to bottom, and that's really important when you're picking up some literature. Alright, now we gotta check the middle of the spine. And they were really clever. They put like the lightning mark there, because they know that this is the perfect spot that you should hit. Oh, and that's beautiful. That is spectacular. This is a fantastic piece. Now, another important thing to do when selecting a book is you gotta see just like how it smells. And this actually doesn't smell like anything. And you know, sometimes you get like a really dusty smell. Sometimes you get kind of like a vinegary kind of smell. Sometimes kind of like a tea-ish type of smell. This thing actually smells like it's completely odorless. So if you want some like incognito reads, you know, when you're around people with really sensitive senses of smell, this is the perfect selection for you. This is great. This book doesn't smell like anything. The pages are perfectly white, except for like there's a little like water damage and a little bit of like yellowing at the top of the pages, but that's okay. That doesn't bother me. The typeface is pretty big with really big spaces in between the lines. Just look at that, you know. Oh, it's a little bright. There you go. So that's pretty satisfying. I think that's great. And for I guess you gotta when taking a book into account is its overall functionality. Now this thing, I think, can serve many purposes. I think this is a fantastic example of a multifaceted piece of literature. Okay, so you got a really hard, sturdy surface here. So if you're like, say you're like on a road trip or whatever, and you need to draw or you need to write or something, you only have one piece of paper and you don't really have like a lap table, this thing is kind of good. I would go maybe an inch more in all directions here for maybe to be perfect. So I think it's losing some marks of overall aroundness. Okay, so if it was just a little bit bigger, I think you would get a little bit more points, a little bit better of a rating from me. Okay, so there's not very many pictures in the book. Oh, it's that image from the front. But here, look at that. That shit's fucking dope. You gotta love that shit. That's what you want in a book. You want like a nice painting on the rear, what is it, cover? Is that what it's called? Or is it only the front called the cover? The back. And I like how this back doesn't have anything on it. There's no like synopsis. And there's no like, here's what's awesome. Here's what the critics said about this sweet book. It might be turned into a movie sometime. There's none of that. I love that. That's spectacular. It gets right to the point. Who is the person that put this stuff together? Who is this about? And what is this installment called? You know, you put some gold trim on there, you put some gold pages on there. You give it this like nice little maroon color. That's good. You can use it to prop up stuff. You could even use this as a shelf. I would use this as a shelf. I would just put in some L beams, right? Some L beams, and then I just set that on there, and then maybe I'd put a candle right on top. That's perfect. It's perfectly solid enough to do that. I don't need to go out and buy a solid piece of wood. This does this. Perfect. So now comes the time that I need to give this a rating out of 10. J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I don't know. It's a pretty perfect book. It's pretty close to perfect. Like I said, if it was just a little bit bigger in all directions, it would be perfect. So, Harry Potter, it's a 9. This thing's a 9. This book is a 9. If you find yourself at a bookshop and you want to pick up a nice, functional piece of literature, this is for you. Oh, and listen to that. Oh, if you want to just start a band and you don't have a munchie to be your drum, perfect. This thing's dope. I bet this thing would sound amazing once you put a little bit of auto-tune on it. Alright, thank you for watching that book review. I hope you go out and buy this book. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. We're saying goodbye now. I want to thank you for watching that book review segment. I want to review more books. I have a bunch of books over here, and I'm so excited to dive into my collection and show you guys the varying degrees of quality that I possess. Now, I thought I'd come in with a bang. One of the best books that I own. Okay, so I'm going to come out with a couple more. I hope that you enjoyed the book review segment. So leave your comments below if you found this enlightening, if you found this to be inspiring, if you got a good recommendation out of it. So just leave some comments down below. You know, I'll put a little what is it they call it? It's like a subscription button. Okay, it'll be circular in nature. It'll have us in it. Okay, and you're just gonna click it, and then there'll be some videos. I'll put them over Munchie, you know, as I do all the time. It's kind of like a little Dean Project inside joke. Okay, and then you can click on those.